Probably the most challenging thing while doing mental math is memorizing numbers. It can be quite a challenge to memorize numbers. If you have watched the addition or the subtraction or even the multiplication videos of mental math which I had put up on YouTube earlier on, if you remember the addition method for multiplication, you take a larger number and split it up into two numbers. Now these two numbers, you multiply your number with the first one, then you multiply with the second one, and then you add both of them. But in the process, you might forget the first number that you calculated while adding with the second. And while you're trying to remember the first one, you might forget the second one. But that doesn't happen in two-digit numbers. But when you're dealing with large numbers, which I will be dealing after I finish these memorizing videos section, then we'll deal with some very large numbers, and that time we will need a device which will help us to memorize large numbers. This device I'm going to show you today is known as the major system, and it is used to convert numbers into words. It's a phonetic code, and let me show you. Now this major system is not only useful for memorizing numbers, you can memorize dates of history with major system. It's very useful. Now before I actually show you the major system, I would like to give you a warning or like an advice. Don't get frightened. I think it's a very big list to memorize, but once you have the major system memorized, then you need not memorize any number, not your credit card number, not your phone number. And in the process I will I'll make the videos while we actually convert numbers into words, probably in the next video. So let me introduce you to the major system. Alright, here is the major system. The major system essentially is something where you have a letter or a sound associated with a number. So for example, let us go here. We have 0 associated with S or the S or the sound, Z or the Z, the Z sound, the buzzing sound, and the soft S, C. Alright, so whenever you have a 0, you convert it into S or Z or C or S or Z or S. Alright, so this is the way how you memorize this. I have all got this from Wikipedia. Search for major system and you'll get this. It says that Z is the first letter of 0. The other letters have a similar sound, and that's true. So this is how you memorize it. The second thing is D or T or the D or the T sound. It's associated with 1. Let me change colors. Alright, it's associated with 1. And the way to memorize is D and T have one downstroke and sound similar. Some variants may include Th. We'll just ignore this statement for a moment. Let me tell you my method of how I memorize the first one. So for 1, what I do is I memorize it that D has one downstroke and T has one downstroke. So and it's the same thing essentially written here. So while you can do it, you can do an upside down one on your fingers. So suppose this is my hand. Suppose now that's not a good representation, right? But that's my finger and that represents 1, and then it's a downstroke, a single downstroke. So you can find out that this is either T or D. If that confused you, please ignore it. The second thing is 2 is associated with N or the N sound, and the way to memorize it is N has 2 downstrokes. So similarly, now you could take another finger down, and then you essentially have 2 downstroke, and you can form a N here or an capital N, right? So it's how you memorize this. The third thing is the third 3 is associated with M or the M sound, and similarly you remember it with M has 3 downstrokes, right? And again you can take one more finger down. Enough of fingers now. Now we have 4 associated with R, and while you say 4, you may say 4, and that's essentially what it says. It's the last letter of 4 or 4. And also 4 and R are almost mirror images of each other. and they mean to say that 4 looks something like this, R looks something like this, but essentially has this downstroke right here, or the slant stroke. Now, to way to memorize 5, it's associated with L, and the way to memorize is they have given is that L is the Roman numeral for 0, for 50. I'm sorry if I said 0, and yes, I did. And the way I memorize it, I just make my fingers, I just indicate 5 to myself, so the fingers would be something like this, and here is one finger. Right, now this is 5, but essentially if you look closer, I have formed an L here, right? And this is how I memorize 5. Right, then this is probably the most confusing part of all, the 6, and it has a j sound, a sh sound, a soft ch sound, like as in much, a j sound, j, right? DG, Z as z, z, and soft G as in giraffe, and hard G, you can see it's down here, but soft G as in giraffe and hard G as in goat, right? Let me show what they have explained as to how to memorize it. They say a script J has a lower loop, G has almost a 6 flipped over. That is, they're saying that if you have a G right here, you can essentially write it as 6 if you invert it. They are saying exactly that. Take time to memorize it. This is probably the most confusing, and that's why I'm highlighting it for you. I hope you can see it actually. I have not made it too small. Alright, the 7 is associated with K, hard C, which is K, hard G, which is, I told you, as in goat and not in giraffe, a C as in cacophony, hard ch, right, not in much, as in, and Q. You could actually ignore all this. I actually don't, to be really fair, I don't memorize these two. I'm okay with this, and this, and sometimes I even ignore this. And similarly here, I just ignore all this and just remember the K and the G sound for 7. 8 is I'm sorry, I didn't mention how to memorize it. Capital K contains 2 7, and if you're confused that where are 7 years, you can either view it like this. So this is 1 7 and this is 1 7. Wait a minute, let me illustrate it. Oh, I don't think you can see it. Here it is, and it has 2 7s, and if I extend it, it becomes a K. Right, let me show you the 8th one, and I'm in the 8th minute incidentally. Here it is, and that is visible. Here it is. 8 is associated with the F or the V sound, and it says the script F resembles the figure F. V sounds similar, and what that means is, while you write a cursive F, I could write it like this, right? And I am essentially making it an 8 right here, right? If you write it an F, you're essentially making it an 8. So this is how to memorize an 8. The 9 says B or the P. The B and the P sound is associated with a 9, and it says that P is a mirror image of 9, and that makes sense. And B sounds similar and resembles a 9 rolled around. So you can see P, B, or 9. They are essentially same. They are differently oriented, but the strokes required to make them are essentially same, right? And the last thing is, whatever we haven't used right here, the above things that are the vowel sound, notice that we didn't use any vowel. We didn't use A, we didn't I don't think you can see it. We didn't use A, we didn't use E, we didn't use I, O, U, neither did we use W, H, Y. The way to memorize this is Y. And why didn't I include it, right? And these can be used anywhere without changing a word's numeral value. And if you are confused by this, Stay tuned for the next video where we actually practically implement this. For now, I just want you to take 5 minutes of your time and memorize this list. In fact, I think I can clear this list for you so that you don't see all the mess that I've created. Let me clear this out. Right there. I hope you can see it, and please memorize this. With this list you can memorize long strings up to 16 digits. The average digits a human brain can memorize is about 7 plus minus 2. So you can go beyond this. You can memorize up to 16 digits, and that also in a fun and comic way. You can memorize the dates in history, so you have a better edge. While your friends don't know this method, you know this method, and you can memorize the dates in history pretty well. Take time to memorize it. It's worth it. Trust me. See ya.